Hi traders, welcome to another video. Welcome to the channel. Today's video is about the zones, how to draw zones and identify them. And already in front of me I have plotted them, and I would like for us to go through them just before I can get to the lesson. I want you to notice how I draw my zones, right? I will never draw a zone in a random area. I want to see a first touch, a second touch, then I will draw the zone, because when it came for the third time, had you entered for a sell, you would have won that trade. But unfortunately, I was not a trader back then. I was very young to even know what trading was. You see how you have a first touch, second touch. Had you entered for a buy again, there you would have been profitable. This is also true for trend line traders, right? If you are going to trade using a trend line, you need to have a minimum of 2 touches. You can never just draw a trend line at a random area, right? You need to have touches, then that's how it becomes valid, right? So I have some notes that I wrote on the side. About zones. This is what I found to be true for me. I don't know for you, but if you agree with me, you will just comment down below. If you disagree, please comment suggestion, or if you disagree, please share your information. I will share to the channel, because we have we have a lot of information out there. I can never be wrong. You can never say I'm wrong. I can never say you are wrong. We are all correct if it works, right? So I say, how to identify and draw valid zones. That's a question that you probably have because you're viewing this channel. Zones are areas where potential reversals and continuations may occur. It's a game of probabilities. There's nothing guaranteed. So hence I say potential and I say may. I don't say it's a place where price is definitely going to react. I say it's a potential level where price may, right? I say a minimum of 2 peaks and or troughs is needed to validate a zone. A peak is a high and a trough is a low, so a minimum of 2 highs or lows is needed for you to say that zone is valid. Then I say, by looking at your chart, you should already be aware of them. If you have to think twice about it, then it's not a zone. What I mean by that is that for you to identify a zone shouldn't be a train smash. It should really be as easy as ABC, because you just want to identify your first high, your second high, then you draw a zone, then your third high, you enter for a sell. You want to draw your first low, your second low, then your third low, you enter for a buy. It shouldn't be a train smash. If you have to scratch your head trying to find a zone, then it's probably not a zone. That's what I mean, right? Then I say zones are not specific numbers, but rather areas. And we all know that because there's a video I once posted on psychological price levels. I had my psychological price levels, and on top of them I drew zones, right? And I explained that zones are area. It's an area rather than a price. You can go and check the video. It will explain how zones and price levels work, right? Then I say zones can be drawn in all time frames because structure occurs in all time frames, which is true. Be it you're trading a time frame that is high or a small time frame, you will always find that price moves in patterns. It moves in higher highs, higher lows. It moves in double tops, double bottoms. So because of that, those patterns, because of those patterns that occur in all time frames, you will find zones in all time frames, right? Then I say zones are drawn from the bodies, and this again is only true for me. That's how I prefer to draw my zones, unless I find that there is an area where price has wicked twice, then I can identify that as a zone, either as a zone 2. I'm sorry for that. So you see how I drew this from the body and it was a valid zone. But again, you see how this was a wick, and then it came to wick again. For me, because of price wicked at that level for more than once, I noticed that there is a strong level of support there. So if price ever gets there, I want to see myself entering for a buy position, which if for somebody who had entered here, they would say, they would attest that they made money from that setup. So I will not delete what I already have on my charts. I will just help you guys identify them, right? I say you need a minimum of 2 to identify zones, right? This is a weekly time frame on gold. This is 1, 2, and then it's a zone. 1, 2, and then it's a zone, because every time when price gets there, it reacts, it does something. Whatever it does something. You see how price when it got here, it reacted. You see how price when it got there, it showed to be failing, but eventually it broke above. But after it broke above, it came to support, right? It's just a level where price has potential to either reverse or react. You see how price is failing here, You see how price 1 2 price is supportive. When it broke in below, it came to as a break and retest, it came to reject as a resistance. You see how it then, when it was above, it supported. So it's a zone, it's not a number, it's not a specific number, it's just an area where price is reacting in many times than once. So now let's go to a smaller time frame, a daily time frame, to see if we can identify zones even on a smaller time frame, right? This is going to be disturbing me, so I would like to hide it. Okay, let me just delete it. So on a daily time frame, you want to focus only on this structure. You leave out that other structures, therefore a higher time frame. So on a daily time frame, you want to use only what you have in front of you to try and find if you can identify zones, right? So the last time in other videos that I posted, I did say that we had a price, coming here, failing here for the first time, second time, third time. So already at that time, I drew this as my zone, right? Because price was failing to break that level for many times, right? For the first time from the body, had price went as low as to touch the wick, I was going to draw it from the wicks, but the wick was just the wick, and when it came for the second time, it respected the body. So because of the body that was respected, I will draw it from the body, right? So you had your first touch, second touch, third touch. See how price, when it broke below, it did break retest, and then it respected that level, and then it dropped. Though it didn't drop massively, it kept coming up, and then it eventually found momentum to the upside, creating another high, and then it dropped massively to the downside, right? Then when price to the downside, right? And you see how it's the first time, second time. So already there, again, that is a zone that I have, because price came for the first time and the second time. So what I want to see is that if price ever gets there again, I will want to look for a short position, right? Price hasn't got there ever since it was there. So if it ever gets there again, I want to enter for a short position. So let's try to find another zone. This is a touch. I'm not sure with this one. So because I'm not sure, then I probably shouldn't even be worrying about it, right? So if it's not clear, then it surely isn't a zone. So we move on. You see here, let's try to identify this zone. You have a first touch, a second touch. This is a valid zone. It's a valid zone, and had you been there when the market was there, I believe it was around May, June, July, there was fundamentals. I think it was NFP. It came with a huge spike to the downside. Had you entered for a buy here, you would have been profitable, because you knew it was a zone from the first touch that you had there and the second touch that you had there. So it is a valid zone, right? And sometimes a way to identify a zone is a break and retest pattern, right? Is where price is showing to be failing, either by supporting or by resisting at that level. And and the level that I can identify is this level here. Is this level here, right? You had your first resistance, your second resistance, and I drew the level. And you see how when it broke above, it came to support. Had you entered for a buy there, you would have been in profit. You would have made a lot of money, and you take profit in your next structure, which is your next area where you think price could potentially react or potentially reject, right? It came again. Had you entered for a buy, you would have again been profitable, right? So it goes up, it drops a little bit and goes up again. So it goes and creates the first high, the second high, and for me, again, that is a zone. I have 2 highs to confirm that I have another zone in place. This is just pretty much my strategy. It's part of the strategy, because every strategy has a risk management plan. It has you need to know how much you're risking per trade. You need to know how you enter your entries. You use candlesticks, do you use moving averages, do you use Fibonacci, whatever. So it's part of the strategy. I had a first touch, second touch. On the third touch, I was there. This was a market that I traded. You can check my last videos. I entered for a sell and it was a profitable one, right? Had you entered for a buy here from this first touch, second touch, support, buy, you would have been profitable, right? Buy here, you would have been profitable. Unfortunately here there was fundamental, so price didn't even give us chance to say we can enter for a buy here. It just dropped massively to the downside and it respected. But notice how we had a rejection here, and when price came for the second time here, it respected this bodies here. So for me, again, that is a zone. So what I would do is sorry for that, I will wait for price to get here. So price hasn't gotten here before. If price ever gets here again, I will take a buy position, because that is my strategy. That is how I trade. I mark my high, I mark my low, and if price ever gets there, I don't want to assume it's going to break. I just want to follow price, right? You see, it's my high, it's my high, it gets to a high, I want to sell high. It's my low, it's my low. If price ever gets to my low, I want to buy low. I will not assume that price is going to break below. I don't want to assume. If it happens that it breaks below, if it happens that price might come and break below, I will wait for a retest, then I will take a short position. I don't assume, I just follow price. What is price doing at the current moment, right? So this is a daily time frame. It's a daily time frame. Now we can go to maybe 4-hour time frame again, for those, just to boost your confidence, to show you that there is always structure in each and every time frame. There is always patterns in each and every time frame. So in the 4-hour, I will not focus on the past. I just want to have this current structure, so we want to draw zones, right? This is a high, but the next time it came, it didn't respect that high, so it's not a zone. This is a high, made a wick with bodies. The second time it respected the bodies, right? So for me already, that is a zone. That is a zone. That's how I'm going to draw my zone. Let me extend it further. It's a zone, and it's where price is currently at the moment. It's a zone, right? First touch, second touch. On the third touch, I was there. This is the market that I traded. I entered for a sell, and it was a good one, right? Entered for a buy here, and it was a good one because take profit was there. Market broken above, broke above, came with these candlesticks to support. Entered for a buy, take profit on my next structure. Market broke massively above, and from there we had a market that was pretty much ranging without any clean structure. So I did trade this market, but I traded it on a 5 minutes time frame because there was structure on a 5 minutes time frame, on a smaller time frame, right? So this zone, even now, it's still valid. You see how price came below here. We had fundamentals. I remember here that was when gold dropped before it started to range. You had a retest, you enter a short position, you would have been profitable. Enter another short position, enter another short position. It's a zone, another short position, and now currently we are there again, right? So in the video that I posted yesterday, I did say that because of we are at a level, I want to see myself entering for a short position. I will not assume anything. I just want to enter for a short position because it is a level where price has been shown to reject. So this is me. I will enter for this short position, take profit here. This is my next take profit, because this is where structure has been showing to fail many times. You see how first touch, second touch, had you entered for a buy, it would have been a valid buy, right? So this is pretty much the strategy on how to draw zones. If you like the strategy, please do comment down below, like the video, subscribe to the channel. There's more content to come. If you're watching up to this far, thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for being loyal to the channel. I know there's many Forex channels out there, but thank you for constantly viewing my videos. It takes time for me to create these videos. A lot of energy, a lot of preparation is done, the data to upload the videos. So thank you so much for constantly coming to the channel. I love you guys. This is the end of the video, unfortunately, but I will be posting another video maybe later on today or tomorrow. From my side, it's a buy. I hope this video is going to help you guys. If you find value in this video, comment down below. If you feel like there's something I didn't do correct, comment down below. Do not fight me, do not diss me. It's a game of probabilities, guys. We are just trying to help each other grow, right? So if you do not agree with what I say, then you're probably in the wrong channel. But if you agree, then you can trade the strategy together. Thank you guys. I'm out.